Repair Clinic makes fixing things easy, with millions of replacement parts available on our website and the help you need to do the repair yourself. Since we encourage you to perform this procedure safely, a warning icon will appear when you should use caution. Most dishwasher repairs will require some disassembly of the appliance. Before you attempt this, you should turn off the power supply to your dishwasher. To remove the upper spray arm, pull out the upper dish rack and rotate the locking nut counterclockwise to remove the arm. If you need to detach the manifold, use a flathead screwdriver to help release the manifold locking plate. You can now detach the manifold from the rack and the adapter. You can release the bottom of the adapter from the rack and lift it up to remove. Replace or reinstall the adapter by aligning it on the rack and snapping it into place. Insert the manifold into the adapter, then snap it onto the rack. Replace the locking plate to secure. Align the spray arm on the manifold, then rotate the locking nut clockwise to secure. To access components inside the console, use a Phillips head screwdriver to unthread all of the screws, securing the console to the inner door panel. We recommend placing a towel over the top edge of the outer door panel to protect the wires. If you need to replace the main control board, unthread the screws securing the control board cover. Detach the cover. Note the orientation of the wires, then disconnect them from the board. You may need to use an awl to help release the connectors. The sensor wire will need to be disconnected from the sensor board. Cut the zip ties securing the sensor wiring. Now unthread the mounting screws, securing the control board to the console to fully remove the old component. Install the new control board by positioning it on the console and securing it with the mounting screws. Connect all of the wire connectors to the board. Connect the sensor wire to the sensor board. And use zip ties to secure the wires to the console and the remaining wires in the harness. Align the control board cover and secure it with the screws. Now reposition the console on the inner and outer door panels. Thread and tighten all of the screws. To access the door hinge components, you will need to pull the appliance part way out of the cabinet. Use the Phillips head screwdriver to unthread the 4 mounting screws, securing the toe kick panel and the inner access panel. Remove both panels and set them aside. Determine if the water and power supply lines provide enough slack to move the dishwasher part way out of the cabinet. If not, you will need to fully uninstall the appliance. Before you do this, make sure the water supply valve is closed, in addition to the power being shut off. Now unthread the top screws securing the terminal box cover. Slide the cover to the right to remove. Note the orientation of the wiring, then untwist the wire nuts to disconnect the power wires and the grounding wire, if applicable, or you can unthread the screw to release the grounding wire. Unthread the strain relief nut and detach the strain relief and power wires from the terminal box. Next, unthread the water supply line from the water supply valve. Feed it through the cabinet. Disconnect the drain hose from the sink drain or garbage disposer and feed it through the cabinet as well. Open the dishwasher door and remove the mounting bracket screws. To move the dishwasher, you may need to adjust the legs to lower the appliance. Now gently pull the dishwasher part way out of the cabinet. To replace a door hinge, unhook the door spring from the appropriate hinge. Open the dishwasher door and detach the hinge from the hinge bracket. Now use an awl and a flathead screwdriver to pry the retainer off the hinge mounting pin, and you can fully remove the old hinge. Install the new hinge by first aligning it on the mounting pin. You can use a 5/16" nut driver to secure the retainer. Now hook the hinge on the hinge bracket and attach the door spring to the new hinge. To replace components like the water supply tube, drain pump, or heating element, you will need to pull the dishwasher out of the cabinet and tip it back so it rests on a towel or blanket. To replace the water supply tube, use pliers to break loose the pinch clamp, securing the connector hose to the supply tube. Pull the hose off. Return the dishwasher to its upright position. Place a weight on the top to support it. Open the dishwasher door and release the retaining tabs to pivot the front stop clips, securing the upper dish rack. Fully remove the upper rack. Use pliers to help loosen the locking nuts securing the water supply tube to the rear of the tub. Remove the guide. Next, release the insulation and pull it away from the rear of the appliance. You can now fully remove the old water supply tube. To install a new water supply tube, first slide the gasket over the top port. Insert the top port into the hole in the rear of the tub. Then replace and secure the insulation. Now align the guide. Then thread and tighten the locking nut to secure the supply tube. Align the upper dish rack rollers on the support rails. Slide the dish rack back and snap the front stop clips closed. Remove the weight and tip the dishwasher back. Slide a new clamp onto the connector hose. Insert the water supply tube into the hose and secure it with the clamp. If you need to replace the drain pump, first disconnect the drain pump wires. Now unthread the 2 screws securing the drain pump. Rotate the old pump counterclockwise to release it from the sump. Install the new drain pump by inserting it into the sump and rotating it clockwise to lock it into place. Replace the screws to secure. Connect the 2 wire connectors. You can now return the dishwasher to its upright position. When reinstalling the appliance, first confirm that the ends of the drain hose and the water supply line are accessible through the cabinet wall. Then gently slide the dishwasher back into the cabinet. Adjust the leveling legs if necessary. Replace the screws to secure the mounting brackets to the cabinet or countertop. Feed the water supply line through the cabinet and reconnect it to the supply valve. Feed the drain hose through the cabinet and connect it to the sink drain or garbage disposer. Make sure the hose is elevated above the connection point. Fully position the wires and strain relief in the terminal box. Then thread and tighten the strain relief nut. Join the power wires together and secure them with the wire nuts. Black wire to black wire, white wire to white wire. Join the grounding wires together as well, or secure the grounding wire under the screw. With the wires positioned inside the terminal box, realign the cover and secure the cover with the screw. Position the inner access panel behind the toe kick panel. Place the two panels against the frame and align the slots in the inner panel with the toe kick bracket screw holes. With the inner panel flush against the floor, thread and tighten the 4 mounting screws. With the appliance fully reassembled, turn the water supply back on, as well as the power, and your dishwasher should be ready for use. At Repair Clinic, we make fixing things easy. Thank you for supporting the production of these videos by purchasing your parts from our website.